Okay, here we go. Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Flippin' heck, he's back. It's your boy, Saint G, Saint Gallows, Jimbo, the extraordinaire, six-string wizard, silly Billy, silly goose, and I am back today. I believe it has been over 5 years since my last upload on YouTube, which is crazy. A lot has changed since then in my personal life, in the world. I've probably changed a lot and learned a lot in that time as well. This is pretty much just going to be a headshot video, me talking to the camera, sharing my thoughts. It's a bit more of a potentially vulnerable video than what I've ever done previously. I'm hoping to look back on this video in, say, another 5 years and hope that the things I've discussed today have come to fruition, that I've made the changes that I wanted to make, become a better person, worked harder, worked smarter. There's probably a never-ending amount of things that we can learn as people. I think putting myself into this position of making videos again, putting myself out there when I'm feeling a bit like, should I do this? What do people think? Do people even care? All these thoughts have crossed my mind. With this being the first video in around 5 years, it's going to be a nice memory recap. Talking to the camera, I forgot what that is like. I've done a lot of guitar content since then, mainly covers, where obviously I'm behind the guitar. It's a very different experience speaking directly to a camera. I think my video editing, framing of shots, using a camera, since I last uploaded have changed drastically. Back then, I was using my old phone. It's so cool that that footage is there, so I can actually look back and go, wow, that was me, and that was me being creative, expressing myself, being brave, not being scared, not caring what people think. At this moment in time, I've got so much more experience with cameras, probably with the guitar, you know, compared to back then. My thoughts and how I can help the world, maybe, how I can change the world, how I can have a positive impact. Even if it's on a small amount of people, if it's on a huge scale, that would be amazing. Who knows? We don't know these things until we try them. By putting myself out there, doing this, I'm going to develop more skills. I'm going to be able to articulate my thoughts better. I really want to inspire people to pick up the guitar, to learn about life as a whole. Beforehand, it was very music focused, gear, equipment. I didn't give it as much of a shot as I wanted to. Focusing on now and going forward, I really do want to make an impact in the world of music. Getting people who've never played an instrument before involved, getting them excited at the prospect of learning how to play guitar. People who've already been learning for a few years, hopefully I can also offer knowledge, a different perspective, some techniques that they don't know yet. Just getting people excited to pick up a guitar, to play. Like, that's been the dream, I think, for years now. I think about my heroes and how they've influenced or inspired me. It would just be really cool to have that impact on the next generation. Okay, so I think that's kind of covering the YouTube things so far and why I want to do it. I think something I also want to show, I want to show this human side of us. Like, I am learning, I'm planning, I'm trying to change as I'm going along. I don't even know if you'll be able to see with the lighting. I've made like a bullet point list, essentially, of what I wanted to cover. I wanted it to be real and maybe not polished. It could be a musician thing. It could just be me. I want things to be the best that they possibly can be. Sometimes this leans into perfectionism, and because of that, I don't always express myself fully or show things until they're perfect, or if they never reach that perfect state, it never gets shown. I'm definitely trying to overcome that. Someone else out there might also be struggling with that. As well as wanting to talk about guitar, music, all these things that I absolutely love and inspire me and hopefully will inspire others, I also want to now have a bit of a different approach and a different perspective and still be silly and still be me. Sometimes we could benefit from more serious conversations. Ooh, you see the change there? I kind of want to just branch this out as musicians' mental health. I know I'm a bloke. I'm an advocate of men speaking up, speaking to each other, forming those friendship circles where you feel like you are okay to be vulnerable with your close circle. And I definitely have been sort of tackling things like that the last few years myself, navigating different friendship groups, different careers, different walks of life, who I think I should be versus who I actually am. I don't necessarily want to focus on men's mental health. Musicians, regardless of gender, will all probably go through similar struggles, and that's why I kind of don't want to just label it as men's, but yeah, I can only speak from my experience as a man. I aim to create a community where everyone feels safe enough to say their thoughts, feelings, opinions, being able to get more people to open up and express themselves, that'd be awesome. Things I wanted to mention, there's a lot of things I want to achieve in life. There's a lot of things I want to improve on, a lot of goals that I have, a lot of things that I want to experience. It would be very interesting for me in the position I'm in now to be able to look back at the person I was when I made my first ever YouTube video. If that version of me had a list like this, it would be cool to see what I achieved, if any of my thoughts or feelings had changed. What I wanted at 20, do I want that now? How did things change? How did things get better? Did some things get worse? So the point of this being, I'm going to say the things that I'm thinking in another 5 years, if I can look back and see, like, did I achieve these crazy dreams that I have? Did I make myself better? Did I work hard? Did I push myself beyond limits, beyond the ceiling, beyond any expectation that I have for myself? It would be very, very cool to sit there in 5 years' time and say, you know what, I've smashed all of this. Like, I think that's what life's about. We've got one supposedly. In the meantime, it's time to really focus, and for me, not keep thinking about things and, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I tried this? Oh, what if I did this? All these thoughts are amazing, but nothing changes without action. From me to me, do it, man. Just really, you've got it. You've got it. Just do your best. Just work hard. Be yourself. Keep going. So these are the things that I want to achieve in the next 5 years. I currently am not in a band as per se. I'm in the midst of starting a new band with a great friend of mine called Zach. We've been writing together for probably the past 18 months. Demo wise, we have around 12, 13 tracks or something. We're now at the point where we're lucky enough to have played with a drummer and bassist. Soon enough, I think the lineup's going to be complete. Once we get a vocalist, that's it finalised. By the end of this year, I really want us to go in the studio, start recording, getting this new type of music out there. It's really exciting. It's a very different direction to what I've done before, mainly coming from a metal background. It's pushing me to some of my creative limits and my limits as a player as well. In the next 5 years, I would love for this band to come to fruition, have the lineup finalised, record at least one, if not two albums. That would be amazing. I'm going to say two because it's 5 years. Go on my first UK tour, go on my first European tour, and the icing on the cake would be to go on an American tour for me. That would be absolutely incredible. Could that happen in 5 years? Who knows? Maybe it's ambitious, but maybe with enough work, it's possible. Okay, other goals I have in mind. Finances. This is something that I think I'll maybe delve into as the channel expands and we talk more about life, learning, growing together, different experiences friends and family have had myself. By no means am I a financial advisor, but if I'm chatting to an audience that are thinking of myself when I was younger, wanting to invest in new equipment, what should you prioritize? Are you trying to build a home studio? Do you want better equipment for your band? Are you wanting to make your live show better? These are all different areas that you could invest in, for example, with a music career. So finances are really important. Money does allow you to do the things that you want to do and the things that you need to do. For me personally, I want to be at a point where I'm completely debt-free. This obviously could change if I purchase my first house, things like that. Just where I'm at right now, that is a huge goal for me. And now in 5 years, if I don't have my own house, it'd be incredible to have a figure out of my head. I'm going to say £25,000 saved up, £5,000 per year, 5 years. I think it could be very achievable if I make sensible decisions. So that is what I'm putting out there. If I could sprinkle fairy dust and just absolutely change everything for the most insane thing ever, in 5 years' time, I would love to have £1 million in the bank. I think that would just be, imagine that. Imagine what you could do. Imagine the places you could go, the people you could meet, the impact you could have on friends and family, the experiences that you could all have. That is the crazy fairy number, whatever the realistic number would be, saving 25,000. These are just figures for me, but it might be something for you to think about as well. From this video, you might be inspired to think about where are you in the next 5 years? What do you want to achieve? Another really important area of life that I've gotten more into as I've gotten older is health. This doesn't just include like going to the gym, getting jacked. All that stuff is sick. For your mental health, it is amazing. And especially if you've got friends that you can go to the gym with, you can use that as an opportunity to chat about your day, chat about, you know, what's happening in life. And you can learn a lot from people. Like, it could be different friends that you train with and you've all got different knowledge. Or you could meet someone completely new in the gym and they've got a completely different approach or different energy, and getting yourself experiencing that is really beneficial, I think. What I've come to realize is it's an environment that really everyone wants each other to win at. It's not a competition, and potentially you might think that being new to it or inexperienced. Fitness, health is something I also want to talk about on the channel eventually. Just as I mentioned, finances, talking about like the specifics of a band rather than just playing guitar. These are all areas I'm passionate about, that I am working on in my own life, and I'd love to share my experiences and insights that I've learned to be able to help others. Another way to take care of yourself is also your eating habits, cooking your own meals fresh rather than buying things in. This all might seem random because it's like, oh, well, this guy's a guitarist, a music channel, but these are all important things in life, and you need a balanced life to be the best in every area. I think it's really important to chat about. These are like random gym goals, I guess, just numbers. But in 5 years, I think it would be incredible to hit 100 kg on a bench press. I think that would be out of this world. Aside from that, I don't really have a goal in terms of a weight for myself, but I do have an idea of physique, what I would like. And I definitely, yeah, I envision like a more sculpted body, just a bit more muscle mass, improving my posture, things like that. The gym's just one of them things where it comes with years of experience and you really have to put in the work to see the results. And I think the gym and the dedication, the discipline, the learning, these takeaways really apply to all other areas of life. It's just a great experience and learning opportunity for everyone, in my opinion. All right, and then kind of the last area I wanted to cover was like personal life goals. So this could probably look different for everyone. Some examples I can think of are, do you want to be renting? Do you want to be getting a mortgage? Those are kind of two debates that seem to come up quite a lot at the age I'm at and the people I'm around. Another field could be, are you wanting to have children? And if so, is there a right time? Do you need to sort of achieve certain things before that stage of life? Do you want more financial security prior to having children? Do you want to be married to your partner before you take that step? These are all just kind of open-ended questions and things that you might think about. Now, this depends because as a viewer, you could be any age. So this is my sort of take. Your personal life goals could be very different to mine. And I would just like to reiterate that starting YouTube at 20 versus me doing it now versus me in another 5 years, I feel like the life goals will change, and what's important to you at a certain point in your life may still be important in the future, but it also might change. So please take that away from this video, if nothing else. It's okay to change. It's actually a good thing, I think. So I can't say for certain if this is going to happen in 5 years. It's one of those things I don't want to force either. At some point in life, I really, really do want to have my own children. I guess the number in my head is 2. Will it happen in 5 years? Will it happen in a longer period? I kind of want that to just unfold as it does without necessarily forecasting a time frame or putting pressure on that. That's where I'm at now, and it would be really cool for me to see in X amount of years, like, do I still feel the same? Did I pull it off? This is a bit of a time capsule now, and I can always refer back to it in the future and hopefully do myself proud. That's what I really, really would love to be able to look back and go, yeah, you know what? We did that. Yeah, those dreams, those goals, we smashed them. That would just be incredible. Okay, so I'm going to try and wrap it up now. Potentially the order that I've discussed things might be a bit higgledy-piggledy. It is the first time I have chatted to a camera like this for quite some time. As I mentioned earlier, I do want it to be authentic. I do want it to be real. I want it to be from the heart. I'm just letting it go. And the video will be as long or as short as it needs to be. Yeah, I think I'm going to end this video roundabout now and just say that I'm really excited for this next chapter. Being at like a pretty big crossroads recently, sometimes when you're in those moments, you don't know what's good, you don't know what's bad. Sometimes there isn't a good or bad. Sometimes both options are viable depending on what achievements you want or what goals you have or where you want to be now, where do you want to be in 5 years. These are all questions that just been coming up a lot for me recently, hence the motive behind this video being the first one back, being different to what I've done before, being honest, being vulnerable. Part of it is pretty scary, but part of it is exciting as well, because anything can happen. I've just had the cogs going so much recently, and I really want to act on it and put my energy into something positive. Keep learning, keep getting better, hopefully inspiring people to make positive change in their own life and their own world and the people around them. What else is there to say, really? That was pretty good fun. I'm already at the end of this one and I'm thinking like, oh, when am I going to do the next one? I better get up tomorrow and get on with it, you know? That's cool. It's very cool. I would love to hear anyone who actually sees this video, what are your thoughts about your life and what do you want to achieve in the next 5 years? Last but not least, I hope I achieve everything that I believe is possible. I hope I achieve things that I don't believe is possible. I hope my dreams do come true, and I hope yours do as well. St. Gallows out! Jimbo out! See you later, alligator, bye!